Okay, so a couple weeks ago, I had a dream where I looked up and saw a bunch of spaceships.
Yes.
And one
I
came down to
sometimes
me.
have that without being asleep because I don't sleep anymore.
That's awesome. So one came down to me, and the being that came out, I ran up and gave him a big hug, and I was crying and sobbing, and it felt like I really had missed him.
Yes.
And I'm wondering, so I've connected with him through meditation.
Yes.
Sense, and I'm wondering if you can tell me what race he is.
You're dealing with another hybrid race, primarily what we would label the Yael.
Okay.
In any such encounters that are going on between you and extraterrestrial beings, you will usually find that you will have at least one counterpart in that society that will be involved in the encounters so that they feel familiar and are a reflection of more of you. So in a sense, it's like meeting another version of yourself.
Okay, so he is my counterpart?
Yes.
Awesome. So in the dream, I got on a ship and went out to space and saw the Earth get really small. So was that physical, or was it...
Well, yes and no. You have to understand that many of these encounters actually happen in a slightly shifted version of physical reality that allows you to experience more than you otherwise might in your typical physical reality. So yes, it was physically real, but not in your physical dimension exactly.
Okay. Do I have hybrid children?
Yes.
How many have a significant amount of my DNA?
Again, the average is usually about 15 to 17.
Okay, so you've mentioned the possibility of hybrid children living on Earth as soon as 2022. Is that still accurate?
No.
No? Okay.
I said the window of open contact is between 2025, 2033, maybe 2040. I did not say the hybrid children would be landing at the beginning. Somewhere in there, things will be set up so that they can begin to stay longer and longer and longer on your planet in certain areas that are sequestered and safe for them to acclimate and adapt to your society as your society acclimates to them. But the idea is that some of them have been on your planet and do come to your world from time to time in secret places that are set aside for them so they can practice what it's like being on Earth. Because many things that you take for granted are very alien to them. So they have to learn the idea of how to fit into your society to some degree, although they won't go all the way with it because human society must also adapt to them to some degree as well. But they're willing to learn, and they're quite fascinated by some things that you don't even really think about, like eating food off a plate with a fork. Why? Why not just take the food and put it in your mouth with your hand? So they have a lot of things to sort of learn to fit in a little bit. But they do that on your planet from time to time in houses and apartments that you don't necessarily even know that they happen to be in. They might even be right next door.
Wow. Okay, so I wanted to talk about being a bridge to the higher dimensions.
Yeah.
So when I'm meditating and I can converse and see in my mind my hybrid children,
Yes.
What reality is that? And what does that look like on their end for...
Well, again, you're communicating through that slightly altered reality that we just mentioned. And therefore, they're receiving it, in a sense, sort of telepathically from you.
Okay. So is it helpful or important to be making these emotional and like relationship connections with them?
Is it helpful and important to you?
Yes.
Well, then the answer is yes.
Okay.
Because they will feel the importance to you. And that will allow them to begin to identify and empathize with those feelings and understand them more clearly.
Okay. So earlier this week, I had a really powerful meditation where I felt like I was speaking with you. And was that really you, or was it just...
You're just tapping into the vibration that you recognize as our collective consciousness through your own higher mind. So what you were doing, which is what you're doing right now, was speaking a little bit more clearly to your own higher mind, using us as a filter or a mask to do so.
Okay. And what is my vibration?
Are you sure you want to know? Because remember, as soon as you ask, it goes down.
Well, mostly my question was, I've really been meditating a lot, and it's felt really good. It's been
all right. That's fine.
My highest passion. And
but
I'm
are you taking actions as well?
Yes.
All right. Because remember, that's the language of physical reality.
Okay.
Not just meditating. You have to act to be in the world. So, do your meditations help you take more actions in the direction of your passion?
Yes.
All right. Are you sure? Didn't sound very convincing.
I've been taking a lot of action the last year.
Yes.
And it's felt like I've been really just outside and not really going inside. And so I've been feeling really called to
All
go
right.
inside
You can
lately.
balance it out. That's fine.
Yeah, I am excited to take more action
All right.
soon.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, beloved Bashar.
And good day to you.
Good day to you.
Speak up, please, so that all may hear you.
I've been listening to you many years ago, and I'm very grateful to be here.
All right.
I've been doing a lot of work inwardly for self to grow and to become more of who I am.
Yes.
And I'm creating a sacred of meditation in my house with people that coming over.
All right.
And I do believe with water and air and all the 7 things that you've been provide tonight. The thing is that I've been asking is about my son, that he's back in my house and he stay all night with the heater, and he doesn't really drink enough water. And if you have a way for me to
What are you asking? Should you tie him down and force feed him?
No.
Well,
just that
have you had conversations about why, and does he actually feel like he's not getting enough?
he would listen to others but not to his parents, I guess.
Have you had a conversation about why he doesn't listen to your advice?
Usually kids don't listen to their parents.
That's not the case on my planet.
I know, but here it's a little bit different.
Well, I understand that. But do you also understand he may have his own path in life?
I totally agree with you.
All right.
The thing is that, like you said...
I have a suggestion for you.
Okay, thank you.
Let's call it the Santa Claus effect. Yes?
Yes.
Leave a pitcher of water and a glass out for him when you go to bed. Maybe in the night he will sneak over and have some water without you necessarily knowing about it.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes? Just give him the option. Don't tell him what to do.
No, and you're absolutely right. I do that. I just put...
But you leave water out?
Yes, I do put water.
When you're not around?
When I'm not around?
Yes, when you go to bed,
yeah,
leave water out.
Okay.
So that you're not around, so that he can have it when you're not around.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, and for the heater that is a whole night long, and there's no air in this room, no windows open, nothing.
Is he cold?
He always said that he's cold.
All right.
But then there's no air at all for all
There
night.
must be some, or he would suffocate. Remember, that's the first basic need, and without air, you'll probably be dead in about 2 minutes.
Yeah, but I can see that he has like the eyes swollen. I can see he's very fatigued and...
All right. Well, have you had a conversation about the fact as to whether or not he enjoys that feeling?
I do, but as I said, that he doesn't listen to his
I didn't
parents.
say that you had to say something he had to listen to.
Okay.
I said, have you had a conversation about whether or not he enjoys that effect?
If he's enjoying that,
Yes. Ask him. Look, your eyes are kind of puffy and swollen and so on and so forth, and you seem very tired. Do you enjoy that feeling? I'm just curious.
okay, I will ask him
You
that
see?
for sure.
Then it's not about him listening to you. It's about you paying attention and giving him options to respond in the way that he prefers to respond.
Okay.
Yes?
Yes.
All right. And again, he doesn't have to answer. Just pose the question. He'll go through it in his mind, and maybe he'll decide that he needs to make different choices to have different consequences. Mm-hmm. But you're being the one that's imaginative enough to simply get the ball rolling in his own mind without making him think he has to listen to you. Mm-hmm. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right. You need to be a little bit more imaginative, and we don't mean this in a negative way, a little bit more sneaky.
Oh.
So that you can inspire him to think about things without him feeling that he is being told what to do.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Thank you.
You just have to exercise your curiosity. Because again, if that really is his path, if that's something he believes he needs to do, then the only thing coming from you in your unconditional love and support is, well, I'm curious. Do you find that sensation interesting or enjoyable? Or let me know. I'm kind of curious. And then walk away. You don't even have to finish the conversation.
Thank you very, very much, Bashar.
You're very, very welcome.
There's anything else that you see from what I do for self, doing work and...
Are you acting on your passion to the best you can with no insistence or assumption on the outcome and remaining in a positive state no matter what manifests?
Yes.
Don't lie.
I didn't hear the whole question, but I understand.
All right. Then that's just my curious question.
Hello, Bashar.
Andrew, good day.
I have a few questions.
Speak up.
I have these dreams where I feel shapes in my body.
You feel shapes in your body?
Yes.
All right, different energy patterns.
Suppressing on my body. And I'd like to know if every time I have these dreams, I connect with the grays.
Well, you connect with different things depending on the pattern.
The most recent one I had was round shapes. And other times I've had square shapes.
The round shapes may be more representative of either the hybrids or even your spirit guides. Square shapes can be representative to some degree of the grays and a few other things. It just depends on the patterns. You're translating the energy connection into these ideas of shapes. That's a very interesting way to interpret them.
Was my family chosen as a whole?
You mean, did you choose yourself?
To connect.
Do you mean, did you choose yourselves?
Yes.
Yes.
A young lady mentioned earlier if she was talking to you. Is your response does it apply to everyone?
In general, yes. There may be some exceptions, but they're very rare because it's not that anyone needs to talk to us unless we have these particular kinds of encounters. The idea is that it's training you to learn to talk to your own higher mind. You may be using our vibration to make it easier for you to do so because you're familiar with our vibration in these encounters. So we give that vibration for you to use so that it puts you more strongly in touch with your own higher minds, which is the point. Now, sometimes, yes, maybe you connect to other members of our society or the general collective consciousness pattern of our particular reality to aid and assist you. If you wish to do that, that's fine. But the basic point of these conversations and getting you used to our frequency is to help you make stronger connections to your own higher mind.
Correct. And I've been having a little trouble with listening to my higher mind.
You mean you're having a challenge?
Yes.
All right. But are you acting on your passion as best as you can? Hesitation usually means no. All right, now pay attention. It's not difficult at all to listen to your higher mind. Let me again explain it this way. The higher mind communicates with you in terms of energy. Do you understand?
Yes.
Your body interprets that energy as the sensation called passion, excitement, curiosity, attraction. That's actually the way your body interprets the messages from your higher mind. Because your higher mind is basically saying, do this now. Act on this now. This is your path. This is who you are. It comes in energy, but your body interprets it as the sensation called passion and excitement. So when you act on it, you're responding to the higher mind saying, I heard you. But that's why you have to speak in the language of physical reality, which is action. Otherwise, you're not responding to it. You're saying, I didn't hear you, if you're not taking action on it. And therefore, If the higher mind has given you an opportunity to act on your passion that you're not paying attention to because you're not acting on it, why should it send you more? If you're not taking the action, it will seem as if the conversation has stopped because it's waiting for you to take action on what it's already given you. Because there's no point in giving you more opportunities if you're not acting on the ones it's already given you. Yes?
Yes.
So if you want to feel that flow and feel the connection that is there, it's important to act on your passion so that you can connect in your awareness with your higher mind and get more opportunities from it and be more excited to do more things, and that will continue the conversation. But you're stopping the conversation if you're not actually taking action on what it's already given you.
Yes.
Make sense?
Yes.
Is this helping?
Yes.
All right. So what could you be doing that you're not doing?
I'm taking more action.
On what?
On
I'm asking you specifically.
doing,
What would you rather be doing that you're not doing?
making the right decisions for myself.
You're not really responding. I'm asking you for a physiological expression. I understand that what you're working on is also part of the idea of creating your own balance in life.
Yes.
But I'm actually asking you, how do you want to creatively express this in physical terms in your reality? Is there something that you would prefer to be doing outwardly that you're not doing as a creative expression? Painting, writing, singing, dancing? Do you understand what I'm saying? So, is there something?
Yes.
What?
Dancing.
All right. Why aren't you? What are all the reasons you're creating for not doing that? Come on, spit them out. Number one,
Time.
you don't have time. Is that what you're saying?
I do have time. I'm just telling myself I don't.
Speak up.
I do have time, but I'm telling myself I don't.
And why would you do that? What are you afraid of? Come on, what are you
school.
afraid of?
I'm a student,
So,
and
a
I
student
need
of
to,
what?
to study.
I thought you said that you were excited about dancing.
Yes.
So again, you're not yet giving me the reason why you're not doing it. You just said, you know it's an excuse that you don't have time. So
Yes.
you know you have time, so why aren't you doing it? Why aren't you acting on it to the best you can? Why? Why? Come on.
I will work on it.
No. Answer the question. You're not getting off that easy. Why? What are you afraid of if you move forward?
I don't really know.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. What are you afraid will happen? Come on, dig deep. Imagine yourself moving forward.
Yeah.
What does dancing mean to you? Are you talking about taking a dance class? Are you
No.
talking about doing a performance? What are you talking about?
I just like to go out and dance
Where?
at anywhere, clubs, parties.
And so do you?
I do, but not as much as I'd like to,
And again, why not?
because
Yes.
I don't take action on it.
All right, but why not? What are you afraid of?
I'm afraid of
Come on, what are you afraid of? Are you afraid of looking silly? Are you afraid of
No.
people judging you? What are you afraid of?
neither.
Then why don't you do it? If that's what you're saying you'd be excited to do,
Yes.
why aren't you doing it? What's the reason? We have all the time in the world.
I mean,
What's the reason? Give me a reason. Doesn't have to be the reason. Give me a reason why you're not doing it.
because I take the time to, rather than to go out to go dance, I take the time to study.
Can't you do both?
Yes, but lately I've been having trouble managing my time.
I see. Usually, again, When people experience a challenge managing their time, it usually means it's because you're doing something you don't prefer to do, or you're doing something you do prefer to do, but not in a way you prefer to do it. Because remember, what's the second tool in the kit? The organizing principle of synchronicity. What that means is, if you do the things that you really are passionate about doing in the way you're passionate about doing it, synchronicity organizes the time for you. You don't have to manage it. It's automatically managed by synchronicity, bringing you the opportunity. It lasts just exactly as long as it needs to, and then it gives you an indication that there's something else you need to be doing that's also another representation of your passion. So you need to examine all the things you're actually choosing to do. Examine honestly whether or not they really are representative of your passion, or if they are, examine whether you could do them in a way that is more representative of your passion other than the way in which you're doing them. So when you say things like, well, I need to study, are you studying about something that you're passionate about or not?
Yes.
All right. Is there a way you could go about studying that is actually more exciting than the way you're doing it?
Yes.
Then do that. Remember, when we talk about acting on your excitement, all the components have to be in alignment. What it is you're doing, how it is you're doing it, with whom you're doing it, where you're doing it, why you're doing it. It all has to be aligned. So if any one of those components isn't representative of the most exciting way you could be doing it, where you could be doing it in the most exciting place, with whom you could be doing it, then you're not following your excitement. All the components have to be part of the holistic system. So, if you can open up your imagination and start doing what you're doing that is only representative of your excitement in the way that would be most exciting, then everything will start organizing itself, and you will find you have exactly the amount of time you need for every single expression of your passion. It'll self-organize. It leaves nothing out.
Yes.
Is this helping?
Yes.
All right. Can you wrap your mind around that?
Yes.
All right. Anything else?
Yes. Is acting on my passion, will it help me not, because I'd like to also learn how to swim.
Go ahead.
And
do you think
I'm
that
very
swimming would be left
of
out of that formula? If it's part of your passion, why would it be left out of that formula?
Right.
Didn't we say that it leaves nothing relevant out?
Right. But
So?
I'm very afraid of drowning.
You are afraid of drowning. Well, if you learn to swim, you probably won't drown.
Right. But
And so what if you did drown? Oops. Again, pay attention. Organizing principle means everything is organized, which means if suddenly you are learning to swim and you find that you're having a little bit of difficulty, a little bit of a challenge, guess what might happen? If you're following your passion and it's not your time to die, guess what might happen? Gee, someone will show up to help you.
right.
What a shock. Do you understand?
Yes.
And if it is the time you chose to pass into spirit, then it's your choice. Who cares? You'll still be fine. You'll just be swimming in the ethers. But if it's not your time that you've chosen, then synchronicity will bring you what you need to allow you to experience an expression of your passion. If that means someone may come along to help you, or something else may happen that allows you to know that you'll be all right, including an awareness of common sense. Yes?
Yes.
Because common sense on your planet isn't common. So in other words, don't allow yourself to get caught up in things that actually don't make sense. If you're learning to swim, don't start in the deep end. Yes?
Yes.
All right. So let certain things simply be obvious. And that will be in alignment with your passion.
Yes.
Don't get confused about the idea of, well, it's my passion to learn to swim, so I'm just going to jump into a roaring ocean in the deepest part of it. When I don't know how to swim, then you're not really following your passion. Not really. because you're not allowing yourself some common sense in there as well. You follow me?
Yes.
You're actually making a choice to increase the probability of death. Now, some people can do that and be okay, but that's an exciting path that they've chosen. If it's not your path, it's not your passion to push yourself to the limit, knowing that you want that level of challenge, that is part of your path, then don't do that. Know who you are, know yourself, and then everything will be fine. Yes?
Yes.
It's all right to take it a step at a time. That's perfectly fine. You don't have to push yourself beyond what it is your belief system says is appropriate for you. Remember, you're all eternal beings. What's your hurry? Yes?
Yes.
All right. But do give yourself an opportunity to act on your passion when you can.
Yes.
And then eventually it will prove to you that it always works. All right?
Well, you know how you said that it gets worse before it gets better?
It can, it doesn't have to. I'm simply saying that if it does, then you know that that's actually a good sign.
Okay, well, that's happening to me.
Oh, all right.
And
Congratulations. How exciting for you.
Thank you.
You must be very, very close to crossing the threshold.
I hope so, and that's my question.
You don't have to hope so. I just told you so.
Okay. Okay.
In what area of your life are you experiencing this fear?
Just in general. Like, in general about my life.
In general, about your life. May I ask you a question?
Yes.
Is there something that you would prefer to be doing that you're not doing? That you're afraid to do?
I don't know.
Sure you do.
No, for real, I don't.
Sure you do.
I promise I don't know.
Oh, yes, you do. I promise you do. It doesn't have to be a big thing. You are having this conversation with us, we will assume, for the moment, because it excited you to come and have this conversation. That wasn't difficult to choose, was it?
No,
that wasn't difficult to act on.
It was difficult. I'm very scared right now.
Why?
I don't know.
But you did it.
Yeah,
You acted on it.
I'm glad.
But that's all you have to keep doing. Every moment, there is always going to be something that contains maybe just a little bit more excitement than any other option at that moment. That's the thing to act on.
Even if you fear it?
Especially if you fear it. Because sometimes the idea is that your belief systems are disguising your excitement as fear so you won't go forward in that. But that's a trick. The negative belief will do everything in its power to prevent you from seeing the excitement because it knows that if you act on it, you will no longer be buying into the negative belief. And it is doing everything that it's designed to do to keep you from realizing that. But if you know that, and you know that that's just a trick, then you can take action anyway, knowing that you will break through, just as you broke through and came and had this conversation.
Wow. I guess that's my question. So even if you feel the fear, my main question was, how do you step over on the other side? Because you told someone else that you're getting that much closer.
Well, you just take the step, because you
just
know
take the
that no
step.
matter how much fear you feel, that means you are closer and closer and closer
So you keep
to breaking
going?
through. You just
Because
keep
sometimes
going.
I feel
You
like
just take action.
Sometimes I feel like I'm making the wrong decision.
If that is actually true in a fundamental sense, then you will know at some point that it was not necessarily the decision that is to your preference. And then you will be able to take the decision and take the action that is. So even the negative will have served you by showing you the contrast of what you don't prefer so you can more clearly understand what you do. So everything can still work to your favor. That's what we were talking about earlier by talking about the idea that a mistake is not really a mistake if you don't use it as a negative thing.
Right.
You can't really make a wrong choice if you choose to learn something from the choice that you don't prefer. Because many times it's easier for people on your planet, because of the way they have been brought up, to see the light by first experiencing more darkness, because it helps them recognize the difference. And therefore, you're using the darkness in a positive way to help you see the light more easily. Yes?
Yeah.
So the more you experience the fear, all that tells you is you're holding on to belief systems that are out of alignment with your true self. You're holding on to belief systems that don't work for you. That's all. It's just a mechanism. That's all it is. It's like saying, I'm going to drive a car and I'm going to have my foot on the gas and on the brake simultaneously. And just for good measure, I'm going to also put the parking brake on. That's not how you drive a car, is it?
Right.
So your engine's going to squeal and screech and start to smoke, and you're going to wonder why I'm not getting anywhere. It's making all this racket, and ooh, 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 isn't that scary? When all you have to do is release the parking brake and take your foot off the brake, and you'll move. That's all. So all of that storm and lightning and thunder and fear is just you with your foot on the brake. That's all. Take your foot off the brake, and you will zip forward, and you'll see that there was no reason to be afraid.
That's what's been happening with me over the past year.
I
and
know.
I guess I feel like I don't know what to do from here on. So just release the parking brake.
Take the small steps you know you can take by acting at every moment on the thing that contains a little bit more excitement than the next thing, and just keep acting on it to the best of your ability with no insistence on where that should lead or how it should look or what the outcome is about. And the more you do that, the more practice you will have with knowing it's okay to start acting on more excitement and bigger things that excite you. And you will train yourself to understand that that's what you actually prefer, and your fears will subside because you'll be having so much fun, you will no longer want to pay attention to the negative belief that's shouting at you to stop. You will then know when to slow down, when to speed up in a more natural way, according to what you prefer, not what the negative belief tries to convince you is true about you. You will know what is true about you, and you won't have to pay attention to it anymore in the same way.
I like that. I feel like I don't trust my decisions.
Oh, absolutely you don't.
Yeah.
But that's the idea, is
because
not trusting your decisions is a decision.
Right.
And that's the one you're trusting. You are trusting your decision. It's just that you're choosing to trust the negative one. You see the difference? There's no such thing as a lack of trust. No such thing. But you can trust in something negative about yourself.
Right.
So you are trusting. So why not trust what you prefer instead of what you don't?
It's because I made a decision last year, and I
Yes.
trusted that decision, and it turned out to be
What?
chaotic. I mean, my life
So
kind
what?
of turned upside down.
Congratulations. You could learn something
Yeah,
from
I mean,
that.
all my fears came up, all the darkness. I learned-
Congratulations. So you are strong enough and bold enough to have gotten all of that out on the table all at once instead of piddling along through your life over time. That means you're a powerful person and can handle all of this, and you will transform it very quickly. If you want to look at it that way, that's how you'll experience it. If you want to dwell on the fact that you did it, you're going to make it take longer.
That's what I've been doing.
Well, are you tired of it?
Yeah.
Are
really
you sick of it?
I'm really
Stop
sick of
doing it.
Okay.
Unless you're really not sick and tired of it.
I'm really sick and tired.
Then stop doing it, because you have the freedom to make that choice and make
Okay.
that decision. And there is absolutely no reason for you to assume that if the universe has been supporting you in trusting a negative idea, it will just as easily support you in trusting a positive one, because it doesn't have a mind of its own.
Right.
It's just a machine. It's not going to contradict you.
Okay, I get it. So just to clarify,
Yes.
what to do from here on is just to trust myself.
At the end of this conversation, you have a number of options available to you at the end of this interaction. Look at all the options and just say, which one contains even a little bit more excitement than any other? I could read a book, I could call a friend, I could go have a meal, I could see a movie, whatever it is. Keep it simple. Just keep choosing the one that has more excitement than any other, that you have the greatest ability to take action on, and just take action on it with no insistence on a particular outcome. And see what happens. And just keep doing that every moment that you come to another ability to choose something to do. Just look at all your options at that moment, take your time, no rush, no hurry, and just choose the one that's most exciting and take whatever action you can on it with no assumption as to where that's supposed to lead. And just keep doing that every moment. Just keep doing that every moment. Just keep doing that every moment. And before you know it, your life will be a series of absolutely ecstatic choices and experience.
I like that. And then the mistake last year won't impact me anymore.
Why should it?
Okay.
You have learned from it.
Right.
You have used it in a positive way to make a different choice. So how can something that is no longer relevant to your vibration in any way, shape, or form impact you?
Thank you.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
You can only experience what you're the vibrational level of. You can't experience something that is not a match to your vibration anymore. Does that make sense?
Yes, perfect sense.
All right.
Thanks so much.
So the idea, let us reinforce this from a different point of view. Remember, the proof that you have changed is not because the outside looks different. Because the same things may appear to happen.
Right, I get caught up in that.
So the idea is the proof you have changed is when you respond differently to them, even if they look the same as they did before. Because they're not the same if you respond differently. You will get a different effect from them. You understand? So that's the proof you've changed, and that's how you will experience your life differently. Does that help?
Yeah, it helps so much.
All right. Well, you are welcome.
Thank you so much.
You good day.
Thank you.
Just making sure you're all awake.
I'm all here. This is exciting.
Yes, it is.
I have not been aware of you for very long.
We haven't been aware of you for very long.
Well, now
What
we
a
are
coincidence.
together. Probably just random.
Speak up.
I have several questions. I want to start with a simple one, just about myself.
Yes.
I see the number 1, 2, 3, 4
Yes.
all the time.
You would be a good candidate for the SIBO game.
Okay.
But the idea in general of these kinds of synchronous numbers that happen to many of you is that it's like a synchronicity marker telling you that you're on the right path, you're in the right frequency at that particular moment that you experience those numbers. It's like road signs that you use.
Okay. Simple enough.
Yes, it is.
All right, something more complex. And you talked about this earlier with someone who spoke to you about when you talk about the parallel realities and all of them existing at the same time with
Yes.
past lives. And this is a new concept to me.
Oh, all right.
I
How
can
fun.
grasp it. So thank you for that. But
Yes.
I would like to get some more clarification.
Yes.
And I was told that, and clarify if I'm wrong, that after 2012 was when you were allowed to make contact with our species and offer this more clarity.
Yes, before
our
that, there was a
state.
quarantine period. After that, it's not so much the idea of a quarantine as it is now in your hands to decide that you are actually ready. So nothing is now preventing us in terms of our own laws from making contact. It's now all being determined by the rate at which your people are actually truly ready for it.
Gotcha. Okay. So in that, let's see if I can clarify this question. Because I'm trying to understand the concept that we weren't ready in the before in this linear time space
Yes.
that we perceive it as.
Yes.
But now we are, and yet
No.
it's all
Now you're not. You are becoming ready. I'm simply saying our own laws no longer prevent the contact. It's now completely whether or not you get ready. You're not ready yet, otherwise open contact would be happening.
But you're here.
I am having this conversation,
Sure.
but that's not me landing my ship and getting out and staring you in the face. Do you understand? That's
I
a
do.
difference. And it's a difference in vibrational frequency. Very different in vibrational frequency. We are being filtered. Our consciousness is being filtered through a human on your planet, and you are experiencing right now no more than about 5 to 10% of our total energy. Therefore, if we were to stand in front of you in our total being, we could actually overwhelm your vibration to the point where you could go into blanking out or psychotic shock. Does that make sense?
Yes. Perfect sense.
So, when you accelerate your vibration and meet us more closely halfway, then true physical open contact can really begin.
Okay. Excellent. This is fascinating.
Yes,
And where
we
I'm
think so.
still and exciting, and where I'm still going with this. This is
Yes.
all happening right now,
It
right
is.
now, and in
It
the
is.
now.
It is.
But it hasn't happened yet.
Correct.
and yet-
From a
but that is still the
time-space
now.
point of view. From the
Okay.
time-space point of view, it hasn't happened yet. Nevertheless, it all happens at once.
And has
So you are
happened.
shifting like a projector light through different frames, now picking the frames that then get projected on the screen to determine the movie you will experience. So all the frames exist of that movie, but you haven't necessarily run those through your projector from the space-time point of view yet. But all the frames exist.
Okay, that I understand.
All right.
In a related question, and this has been explained to me, but I would like more clarification
Yes.
because in my limited human physical brain, I'm still trying to wrap my brain around some of this.
That's all right.
You
It's
used the
exciting.
analogy earlier, like most people when they walk into a room, switch on the light switch, they're not thinking about how that all works, the light comes
Yes.
on. I'm the guy who's thinking about that all the time. I
That's
drive my
fine.
car, I'm thinking about every moving part. So
All right.
just
Is that fun for you?
it is. I
All
enjoy it very much, and
Thank
I
you.
have a very profound grasp of the physical world
All right.
in that space, and I love it and I
Yes.
enjoy it. So where I'm going at is, I am grasping where your entity is at,
Yes.
and compared to the life on this planet and where we're at,
Yes.
and I'm looking at the differential
Yes.
space, and I realize I'm creating this too.
Yes.
So it's another little fly in the ointment. But I guess the question I'm asking is, how come I'm not where you're at? Or how come I was born here, or the choice I made to be here instead of with you? And I don't know if I'm asking a question
We
clearly
understand
enough, but-
exactly what you're asking, but this is one of the things that you decided would give you an interesting new perspective of your total being. It doesn't mean that there aren't other aspects of you experiencing other things, even things similar to what we are experiencing. Nevertheless, this aspect of your total consciousness is experiencing this because you believe that this is important for you as a total being to experience, to add another perspective of discovery to your total being.
I'll take that.
Does that help?
Yes,
All right.
it does. Thank
Anything
you.
else?
That's it. Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you.
Thank you. It's been an honor. Thank you.
Before the next person speaks, let me complete this idea. It's similar to the notion that you have a hand and the hand has 5 fingers. Well, all right, 4 and a thumb if you wish. The idea is you have created something that has all the 5 fingers at once because each finger is a different experience, even though they all trace back to the same hand. Therefore, a hand is not really a hand without all the fingers, and the fingers won't function without the hand. So one finger experiences one thing, another finger experiences something else, and that and the totality of all those fingers then makes up the experience of the hand.
Hello, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
I'm very pleased to be here with you today.
We are pleased as well.
Thank you. I had so many different questions to ask for you today, and so many got answered
Yes.
throughout the conversation, so thank you.
Yes.
The first
Thank
question, thank you. The first question I would like to ask, though, is what kind of holds our whole universe together? My initial response would be love, but I guess I'm looking for some validation.
All right. Well, your people translate the vibrational frequency of existence itself. The closest approximation you can come to that is what you do call the feeling or experience of unconditional love. That's just how you translate it.
Yes.
So in a sense, yes, you could say that's what quote unquote holds everything together. But in reality, everything is simply made out of that. Do you understand?
Yes.
That's what everything is made out of. That frequency, that vibrational consciousness is what everything is made of. That self-awareness is what everything is made out of.
Yes.
So it automatically holds together because it simply is one thing. It may express itself as a multitude of things, but the fact that it is one thing, quote unquote, is what holds it together. Does that make sense?
It does. Thank
All
you.
right.
I wanted to ask about dreams.
Yes.
I have several incredibly vivid dreams that are always in the same templates or the same locations.
All right. This can be representative of many different kinds of things, but continue.
Well, I was just wondering if you could help with some guidance or some clarity as to
Well, sometimes
that
it can be
happens.
memories of visiting the idea of parallel reality selves. Sometimes it can be other things. It depends on how, quote unquote, literal or symbolic they may be.
So when we are dreaming and we wake up and we remember them, should we always interpret them symbolically?
You don't have to, but you can if it's fun for you. Sometimes you can gain insight to yourself by doing so. Sometimes you can gain insight to things that you might be doing when you are no longer focused in physical reality. But remember that your physical mind only has so many symbols to work with. And it can't always make sense out of things that you may be doing on another dimensional level, but it will use the best symbols that it can, which is sometimes why the dream seems to make no sense at all.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
And sometimes dreams can simply be you reassessing your day and reinventing your template and your blueprint for what you wish to experience next. And sometimes it can actually be some sort of symbolic memory of a real experience you had in another dimensional realm. And many things in between. You have to take them one by one and understand what they are.
Okay.
Is this of any help to you?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
And?
I'm looking forward to dreaming more. I had two other questions for you.
You understand you're dreaming right now, yes?
Yes. Yes. In fact,
Yes.
I'm constantly looking at my reality and saying to myself that this is not real.
Well,
Or
it's
that
real
it's-
as an experience, but it's not real as a solid reality. It's a projection of your consciousness. And paradoxically, since we're talking about the idea of dreaming, by going to sleep physically is actually when you wake up into more of yourself. And when you wake up physically, that's actually when you're going to sleep. Because you're narrowing your focus of your total self down to a physical reality dream. But when you go to sleep, you expand your focus and very often expand beyond the borders of the physical experience and thus become more of yourself. Make sense?
That does
so
make sense.
learning to become lucid in the physical dream is what this transformational age is all about. And sometimes it can help you become lucid in the physical dream by learning to become lucid in your dream state, and vice versa.
I see.
Does this help?
It does help.
All right.
My last question has to do with an experience in my childhood.
Yes.
I really feel
If, in fact, that was your
it
childhood.
was my childhood. Yes,
But
I have
we'll go with
changed.
that for the moment, for the sake of continuity.
I had an experience when I was about 6, and it felt like it really changed the whole theme of my existence here in this lifetime.
From what to what?
I'm not even quite sure. I just feel that a lot of my belief systems all stem to that one experience.
All right. And
come
so,
from that.
what have you done with that?
I have.
Are you following your excitement?
I am, to the best of my ability. I feel, though, that
Yes.
I have to bring it always back to that present moment of
Yes.
being
Well, that's
in the
part of the
present moment.
process, learning to live in the moment.
Yes.
Learning that there is nothing more valuable than what's going on right now. That's where everything you need is contained. And the
Yes.
more you live in the moment, the faster another now moment can manifest. The more you attempt to live outside the moment, the longer it takes for another now moment to manifest. That's the paradox. You have to live in the moment and use it up for something else to happen. That's how you accelerate things. But when you look to accelerate things by looking to the future, you're no longer living in the moment and you actually paradoxically slow things down.
Okay. Yeah, I needed that.
All right.
I needed that piece. Thank you.
Yes.
What I was going to say too is with the belief systems, when I encounter, I feel like I'm like in a tennis game where I'm being, with the balls are constantly coming. The balls
Yes.
are my belief systems, and I kind of get overwhelmed. Where it's like,
That's all right. You can
do
take
I
a
have
break.
to investigate all of my
You
belief
can
systems?
take a break. What's your rush? What's your hurry? You're an infinite, eternal, indestructible being. What's your hurry? Where are you going?
Yeah.
You become overwhelmed because you think you have to deal with all of it right away or something wrong will happen. Relax. There is no time like the present. Relax. and you will actually accelerate. That's what we just told you. The paradox is the more you take time to slow down and relax, the faster things will go. The more you try to speed up, the slower and longer things take. Because you're not living in the present. You're not matching the frequency of your now.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes. Yes, I really appreciate.
Go with the flow. Yes. Don't swim upstream. That's resistance. Just go with the flow. The current knows where to take you. Trust the speed of the current. Now, sometimes you can accelerate things by divesting yourself of beliefs that no longer work for you. That's fine. That's part of the process. But go with the flow.
Excellent.
Remember that if you're truly, truly living in the moment and you understand that everything that's happening right now is the most important thing that could possibly be happening and it deserves your attention and respect,
yes,
then you will never, ever, ever be impatient. Because if you're really living in the moment, you're having as much fun as you possibly can, you're as engaged and involved as you possibly can be, and therefore you don't need patience. And if you don't need patience, you're never impatient.
Yes.
Do you understand?
I do.
Does this help?
It immensely. Thank you so much, Bashar. Thank you.
You are welcome.
Hi.
And to you, good day.
Yay! So my first question is about coffee.
Coffee.
Yes, the drink.
All right. What about it?
I know from a vibrational standpoint it's not good for me.
All right. Then that's you.
But I find that when I raise my frequency to incredibly high transformational rate,
Yes.
I have issues with insomnia.
So what? Who says you should be asleep at that moment?
Many
people on your planet do not follow their natural biological awake-sleep cycle. They force themselves to be awake when they need to be asleep. They force themselves to be asleep when they need to be awake. Find your natural cycle. That's all you need to do. Then it will not be insomnia. If it's natural for you to be awake at the wee hours of the morning or whenever, then that might be your natural cycle when you're at your highest peak of creativity. Mm-hmm. Then when you find yourself actually going down in your vibratory biological cycle and need to sleep, sleep. You have to get over the idea that your society tells you when you should be awake and you should be asleep to find your natural cycle. You follow me?
Yes.
Is this helping?
Yes.
Yes. Most of you are not living your natural biological cycles.
Yes, definitely.
Yes.
So my second question is about moldavite crystals. Can you
Yes.
expand on those a little
Permission
more?
slips, like anything. If you're attracted to it, then that means there's something about that particular permission slip that aligns with your belief system in such a way that it allows you to give yourself permission to be more of who you are by using that particular reflection or object. If you're attracted to it, use it. If you're not, don't.
Simple enough.
All things, all objects, all rituals, all techniques, all tools are permission slips. Use them if you're attracted to them. Don't use them if you're not. That's all they're there for. To reflect to you an alignment in your belief system wherein you are willing to say, I'm willing to change my beliefs and allow something to happen I didn't believe was possible by using this thing. But you're the one doing it anyway. You're the ultimate permission slip. But you can use those reflections as helpers to put you in touch with what you believe is true. So if that's what attracts you, by all means.
Cool.
Yes?
Yes. So one more question. I wanted to ask about a relationship.
Yes.
A soulmate of mine that I have a tendency to go through.
You have a what?
I have a tendency.
You have a what?
I go through.
You choose?
I choose to go through many times.
Tendencies mean, I can't help it. No responsibility there.
Right.
No way to change anything.
Right.
I choose.
I choose.
Now, if you're choosing something you don't prefer, now you have something to work with, because the first question would be, what would I have to believe is true in order to keep choosing something I don't prefer? Where if you say, well, I have a tendency, that gives you nothing to work with. No insight into yourself at all.
It's about taking ownership.
Yes. Response ability. The ability to respond.
Oh, that's good.
So, what is the thing that you choose?
So the thing that I choose
Yes.
is that, going almost back to the coffee question, I ramp up my energy to such a degree that this counterpart to the relationship comes in.
Yes.
And it has a tendency.
It has a what? We are selectively deaf to concepts that don't work for us.
I choose this relationship to drag me down.
Why?
That's a good question.
Do you have a good answer?
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. You're just not paying attention to it.
Yes.
Remember what we talked about when we talk about the motivational mechanism within all of you? This is an absolute given. You all, always, and I mean there are no exceptions, always move in the direction, choose in the direction of what you believe is in your best interest. You always move away from what you believe is not in your best interest. Therefore, if you know that, and you know that's how the mechanism works, if you then are choosing something that you know is not in your best interest, the only way you would do so is you have a definition of that thing that makes it seem to be in your best interest more than the other choice. You need to find the belief that says that that thing you don't prefer is a better choice than the thing that would actually serve you better. Find that belief and let it go. And then the motivational mechanism will flip around the other way, and you will only choose the things that are actually to your benefit, instead of attaching beliefs to the things that are not to your benefit that make it seem to be to your benefit.
Yes.
Making some sense? So, in saying that you are choosing to do something in a relationship where you feel dragged down, why do you choose that? What beliefs do you have about yourself that you would attract that experience?
That I don't deserve to be at the energy level that brings that experience in.
Do you really buy that?
I buy the concept that
That you might believe that.
I might believe that.
What do you get out of believing that? That you don't deserve that?
I get the approval of the people who are my parents and the people who think I'm different.
All right. So in other words, you're willing to go for approval instead of actually honoring yourself and thus honoring them by being yourself.
Yes.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
You're settling for something that isn't you because you think that that's the right thing to do, because you are looking for their approval to determine who you are. Is that what you prefer?
Not when you say it.
This is why it's so important to identify beliefs, because you see what I said earlier, once you actually bring it out into the light and make a statement out of it consciously, it doesn't make much sense, does it?
No.
As soon as it's nonsensical, it's gone. Unless you have another belief that says you need to hold on to it, and then you need to find that one too and let that become nonsensical. Because all the things that are out of alignment with your true vibration don't make sense.
Exactly. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello, Tadea.
Nani?
We have some questions from our Ustream listeners.
Oh, all right.
The first one is having to do with our core frequency and the idea of, does a core frequency only pertain to our physical life or all aspects?
There are core frequencies all the way up the spectrum, but the one that we are obviously discussing most is the one that you experience as your signature frequency as a person in physical reality, because that's the one that needs the attention in order to be changed.
So you're actually changing your core frequency?
You are changing the physical core frequency to be a closer match to the total core frequency. to be more aligned with the total core frequency.
And the determination of your physical core frequency has
Is whether
to do
you're
your
holding
belief
on
systems.
with your beliefs, yes, negative and positive.
But you know how you always say that your core frequency is always attracting everything that you need, and
The true core frequency, yes, but you can surround it with secondary frequencies that may still represent your personality and your overall signature vibration as a person that may be muddying the true alignment with the core frequency.
I think that's interesting about the personality versus the actual core frequency of the person.
But look at it as the idea of nested dolls, yes? You have a particular frequency, but you can wrap it like an onion with many different layers, and you can kind of filter it in a variety of ways. So the idea is to allow all those different things to be as clear, as transparent as they can, so the true core frequency shines through on all levels.
Okay, and let's see, they said, what if we have a low core frequency? Can we change it? You just answered that.
Yes.
And how can we experience the highest joy with a low core frequency?
Start small. Do something that contains even just a tiny, tiny, tiny bit more excitement than anything else. Do it to the best of your ability. Do it with no insistence on an outcome, and then do it again. And then do it again, and then do it again until it grows and becomes bigger and bigger and bigger steps, bigger and bigger and bigger opportunities that will allow your excitement to expand. But you will always be capable of doing something if you are willing to.
And is it really necessary on a daily basis to sort of monitor your state of being and determine if you're in a negative state and change it? And
No,
it's
not always necessary, but you may find that from time to time it will be valuable to do so.
But I mean, like for people who want contact and they want their frequency to be up over 200,000 cycles per second.
Act on your highest excitement to the best of your ability with no insistence on the outcome. That's the formula. It's not going to change.
But the formula is going to bring up all the beliefs that you have.
Exactly, which gives you an opportunity to let them go and add their energy to the excitement, which expands your vibration and raises it higher and higher and higher until you pass the 200,000 cycle per second frequency.
Right. So if you're going through your day and you notice that you get upset about something or all that, then that's an opportunity to practice shifting your frequency to a higher level.
Yes.
So that it becomes second nature.
First nature.
First nature.
Right now, it is second nature, sometimes even third nature. So make it first nature.
It just seems like a good practice.
It is.
That would then allow you to experience more and more expanded joy in the 3 AAA formula.
Acknowledge, appreciate, and allow.
Right. And when we were talking about that recently, we talked about the idea that when you acknowledge what's happening.
Yes.
And then
acknowledge what you have instead of what you don't have. That's the phrase. Okay. Acknowledge what you have instead of what you don't have. Appreciate what you have once you've acknowledged it. Again, the appreciation of a moment and an experience that you're having doesn't necessarily mean that just because you appreciate it for being there, that you have to condone something you don't prefer that may have happened.
Right, because circumstances don't matter, only state of being matters.
That's why you go into appreciation as a state, regardless of the circumstances. And it doesn't mean that you're condoning the circumstances.
So if something challenging happens that causes you, that you make a choice to lower your frequency around it, the antidote to that is to
acknowledge what you do have instead of what you don't have. Appreciate, which means create that state of appreciation for what you do have, and then allow the next thing that needs to happen, and continue to do that if you need to continue to do that.
And then don't give energy to the circumstances.
No, because the circumstances is just a neutral set of props. It may still be representative of something you don't prefer, but that doesn't mean it has to affect you in any negative way. Therefore, if you simply go into a state of appreciation, you can still neutrally observe that it is a situation you don't prefer,
but you won't be negatively affected by it.
It really is a relearning of how to interact with physical reality.
That's what we've been talking about for 33 years of your time. It's a relearning of how physical reality works. It's an understanding of the nature and structure of existence, and so you can use it effectively as a tool, because it works the same for everyone, all the time. It's only an issue of whether you use it in a way that you prefer or use it in a way that you don't. It doesn't care. It's up to you.
Well, it's nice to know there's an alternative way of experiencing this reality, certainly.
There always is.
Yes.
There always is.
In all ways, right?
Yes.
Okay, and here's another question. You said that everything is synchronicity,
Yes.
but often we don't recognize it as such.
Yes.
Do we attract negative synchronicity based on our thoughts and beliefs? And is giving negative things a positive meaning a method of attracting more positive synchronicity?
Yes. Again, you don't have to say this negative thing is a positive thing. We're saying you can recognize something that you don't prefer and still create the understanding that you will still derive a beneficial and positive effect from your experience of it. And that will continue to expand your positive state of being.
And that's actually a really powerful thing to recognize, that
Yes, it is.
you don't have to look at a situation and say, oh, I'm really glad this happened or something like that.
No,
you can go more in the
That's not
direction
what it's about.
just recognizing that everything that's happening can serve you in a positive
Yes.
way. By putting it in that context, that then allows it to shift into
Yes.
positive
If
energy.
nothing else, the idea of observing something you don't prefer can put you in a state of appreciation that it is now clarified more clearly for you what you do prefer by contrast. Sometimes people on your planet will do that. They will expose themselves to something they don't prefer to give themselves a better idea, a clearer idea of what they do prefer. And therefore they've used what they don't prefer in a positive way that they can appreciate, even if they don't actually prefer the thing itself.
It's just really interesting that you don't necessarily have to deal with what you're observing. You simply have to put it under the umbrella of a positive meaning for what you will get out of it.
Yes, and you may find yourself dealing with it, but then you will deal with it in a completely different way that's reflective of the positive state that you have generated with your appreciation.
It's wonderful.
Yes, it is. What time is it?
It's probably time to do the holotope.
Yes, it is. And so please take a short break. We will resume this transmission for your holotope meditation. Is the idea of a level of your consciousness that is much, shall we say, larger than your physical mind, and in fact is the repository and the reservoir from which all your lives come. All what you call past lives, all what you call present lives, all of what you call future lives, and all of what you call parallel reality concurrent experiences. Now, again, as a reminder, all lives exist at the same time because there is only now. And you make cross connections to these other lives to glean information from them that you may need in this life and to give information to those other lives that they may need in theirs. But for the sake of clarity, we will simply speak in a colloquial way and talk about the idea of past, present, and future, even though that's just an illusion. And all these lives exist at the same time. But the oversoul is like the idea of the hand. And all the different lives that stem from it are like the idea of the fingers that extend from the same hand. So even though there may be many different lives, they are all connected back energetically, vibrationally, to the same oversoul for many of you. To illustrate this point, of the approximately 6.5 billion people, individual personality structures that exist on your planet incarnationally at this time, that is only representative of approximately 300,000 oversouls. So you are many of you connected to each other in a variety of ways. And even though you have distinct and unique lives, many of you share some of the same oversoul vibrations, even in this reality, let alone all the other lives and all the other parallel reality extensions that the oversoul can, shall we say, spin off from itself. After the oversoul, in that sense, has extended different extensions, different ideas of different lives that it wishes to experience, the first level, shall we say, of differentiation that it creates within itself in order to create this spin-off is the level that you call the soul, the individual soul. So the idea you can see on your diagram is that it says individual soul and or spirit. There is a slight degree of difference between these two ideas, which we will explain later on. But for now, the idea is that the first level of differentiation vibrationally is what you call the creation from the oversoul that contains many souls, the differentiation or extension of an individual soul that is destined in a sense or sent out to experience a particular unique life experience. The idea thus then is that the soul will differentiate its vibration yet again, shall we say, splitting itself in another fashion to create what is called the higher mind. Now, this higher mind exists in a realm unto itself that is parallel to your physical reality and has similar traits to the idea of being its own unique experiential dimension. But the difference between the realm or the world of the higher mind, as it is different from the realm or the world of the physical mind, which is farther down the ladder, vibrationally speaking, even though these worlds are parallel, the main difference is that while in physical reality you experience the idea of a lot of motion in space, and not so much the idea of motion in time, in the higher mind's world, you experience far more motion in time and less motion in space. The idea being that that's why the higher mind has the ability to perceive what you would call the past, present, and future all at the same time, because it has the senses, it has the point of view, it has the perspective of looking at all of the different frameworks that your life is creating to experience itself in on a moment-to-moment basis, linearly speaking. So the higher mind is like the version of you that stands on the mountaintop and can see far and wide and see all the trails and all the pitfalls and all the paths you could take. Whereas the physical mind is like being down in a valley. And it is important thus then to rely on the guidance of the higher mind and allow yourself to form a relationship and a bond of communication with the higher mind in order for the physical personality to navigate the idea of the world of the physical experience, receiving guidance and the perspective of the higher mind that can see clearly which way you need to go so that you do not fall into too many holes. Thus, then, it is important to form this relationship, and in forming a relationship between the higher mind and the physical mind, you thus then are capable of functioning in physical reality as a whole being, a whole person. Because if you do not form this relationship, if you do not allow yourself to perceive the communication that is coming from the higher mind through the conduit you call imagination, then you are, in a sense, at a loss. You are, in a sense, rudderless as you go through physical reality. And it is, in your terms, a hit or miss proposition, whereas forming that relationship will allow you to receive the guidance that can allow you to stay squarely on the vibrational path that represents your themes of exploration and joy and excitement in your physical reality experience. Now, how the higher mind begins to do this is that the first differentiation, referring again to your diagram, that the higher mind will make, will split itself off into or go through, will be the level that we call the template level reality. This, in a sense, is the border between physical and non-physical reality. It might be euphemistically referred to as the blueprint level. This is where the idea of what your physical life will be experienced to be is laid out like a blueprint. And the higher mind lays these ideas out and chooses what kinds of themes it will explore, and generally in what way it will explore them. This is the level that you, as a physical person, call destiny. It does not in any way, shape, or form erase or remove or prohibit you from having free will as a physical person. But the idea is that destiny and free will work hand in hand in a very specific way. The idea of laying out these blueprints or templates for the physical life gives you an opportunity to have some guidelines to follow. And it gives you, in a sense, a type of hallway to walk down. Now, with your free will, you can walk down that hallway however you wish. You can run, you can skip, you can jump, you can crawl, you can go upside down and sideways, backwards and forwards, but walk down that hallway you will. That's the destiny part. The free will is how you do it. And the idea is that it is, in many ways, not so restrictive as you might think, because now, especially in this day and age on your planet that you call the transformational age, you even have the ability now consciously to rewrite, to redesign some of those blueprints. That's what this age is all about, is rewriting your agreements to be more representative and more harmoniously aligned with the ideas of what you prefer to experience as your true natural self, as you form more conscious recognition of your connection to all these different levels of your consciousness. You are thus then empowering yourself to use the template level reality to redesign your agreements, redesign your themes of exploration, redesign the blueprints of your life so as to truly manifest in a very magical and immediate way what it is you truly wish to experience. And this is one of the important reasons why you need to form this strong relationship with the higher mind that is above the template level, where the physical mind is below it. Because coming together in a balanced way will allow you to operate from the center of those two realms, the center of those two realities, which is squarely within the template level dimension of experience. But now you can see that as you refer once again to the chart, that the level below this that is created to begin to draw from the blueprint level, to draw from the template level, to begin to lay out the idea of your physical reality blueprint or experience, will be what you call typically the collective conscious agreement level, what we choose to refer to as the collective automatic mind. The idea being here that you lay out the general playing field, the general rules by which you have agreed to play the game of physical reality as a collective consciousness. In other words, you lay out the idea of the type of reality you will experience, perhaps even the type of planet that you will experience, the type of rules and laws of physics that go hand in hand with that dimension of experience, so that you don't have to think about these things, so you don't have to pay attention. Because if every moment you had to think, I need to make sure that gravity is on, I need to make sure that gravity is on, I need to make sure that gravity is on, you simply would go flying off the planet, or you simply would have to focus so strongly on the idea of the background rules of the game that you would never really have a chance to focus on the experience of playing the game. So the idea of creating an automatic level, a playing field, a board, if you will, sets up the automatic rules by which you are playing that you don't necessarily need to pay attention to. They just automatically go on to allow you to play the game. And then, as you see, the next differentiation and the next lowering of the vibration creates more crystallization on an individual level. Now, this is where it starts to crystallize in the automatic individual mind, the idea of the specific theme you will explore on that playing field, in that particular reality that you have agreed to play in with other beings in this collective game. So therein lies your specific conceptual idea of what you will explore as a unique individual. Now, in doing that, you then set up the stage for the next level down, which you call the unconscious mind. And in this sense, this is the first layer of the three parts of what you call the physical personality construct, which is composed of the unconscious mind, the subconscious mind, and the conscious mind, as you call it, and contains in the unconscious mind the beliefs and definitions, and in the subconscious mind, the emotional energies, and in the conscious mind, the thought patterns that, when combined, form the three-sided prism of personality that thus then working together expresses itself in the form of what you call the ego structure, the personality structure, that thus then exhibits the behavior that you exhibit in physical reality experience. So the idea here is to understand very importantly that in physical reality, as the vibrational levels in a sense coalesce, as they lower and lower and lower, all the way down to the level of what you call your conscious mind on the 9th level, because you have created the experience of physical reality on Earth in a particular way, And because you have focused for thousands of years the idea that your control, that your mastery of life, that your focus of life happens only through the personality or ego structure, that it seems to be the thing that's in charge, in control, doing all of the machinations and all of the perceiving and all of the experiencing of physical reality, you have, because of that experience, erroneously many times labeled the conscious mind as the one at the top, as the one in charge. When you have done this, when you started to define the conscious mind as the one at the top and the one in charge, what you started creating for yourself was the idea that all the other levels existed in some sense below you. So you created a shadow reflection of the ideas of a few of the levels above you and created the idea that they would appear to be below you, even labeling them in ways that intimated that they were beneath your conscious mind. That's why you use the term subconscious and unconscious, and the idea then of the collective unconscious. In creating this shadow reflection downward, which isn't real, it's just an illusion, but it seems real to the conscious mind because the conscious mind thinks it's on the top, so it must be on the top of something. It thus then assumes that the emotions that exist within the subconscious mind are a lower frequency. And it assumes that the belief systems in the unconscious mind are a lower frequency still, deep down below, beneath, under the conscious mind. And assumes that the collective unconscious is, in a sense, lower still in vibration, deep, deep, deep down underneath the conscious mind. For when you see the idea, when you hear the idea, in a sense, of hypnosis, and you go into the idea of the subconscious or unconscious or collective unconscious mind, as you have labeled them, you always say, well, you're going to go deep, you're going to go down, down, down into these levels of consciousness below and beneath and under your conscious mind, which is the waking state. Now, herein lies the secret. As you can see from the diagram, even though you have created the illusion in the shadow reflection that these levels are vibrationally lower than your conscious mind, you can see in the diagram that they are actually vibrationally higher than the conscious mind. Which means that if you actually want to find out what your beliefs are that may be creating the reality experience you are having, you don't go down in vibration to find them, you need to go up. Everything from the conscious mind is up. All of the answers are up. Only the questions and forgetfulness are down. The idea, therefore, is that anytime you think, anytime you pose the idea that in order to access your beliefs or access your emotions or access things that you have hidden and compartmentalized from your conscious mind, anytime you think that you have to go down in consciousness to get them, under the conscious mind to get them, you are actually calling your vibration, you're calling upon your frequency, your signature frequency, to lower itself. And when you call upon your signature frequency to lower itself from a place which is the lowest vibration, all you do is find out that the shadow reflections are nothing but a shadow, that there really is nothing lower. But if you don't understand that, by forcing your vibration down, or at least attempting to force your vibration down where there is nowhere to go, you create a kind of repulsion. It kind of bounces back and magnifies and amplifies and pushes against you in a very specific way because you're telling it must. You have assigned it the task of discovering something on a lower frequency that doesn't exist. And it keeps coming back to you to tell you there's nothing down there. I have nowhere to go. Why are you pushing me down there? That's not where the answers are. And if you keep doing that, thinking that you have to keep going down and deeper and under in order to find the answers, it will push back more and more strongly, creating a cycle within you of frustration, a cycle within you of negativity, and that act is what thus then generates the experience called the negative ego. where suddenly you are frustrated and become angry about why this isn't working. Why do I not have control? Why is my reality not changing? Why am I not shifting in the way I wish to? Why can I not find out what those beliefs are that are creating my reality? Why? As we said, when you go down further than you are, all you find is why? So the idea is to recognize that from this point forward, taking your cue from this diagram, anytime you want to discover the idea of the feelings that are connected to the beliefs, and you want to find out what those beliefs are that are determining the definitions of your reality and the experience of your physical reality, you must raise your frequency. You must go up, and expand in order to go back up to the level of the unconscious mind and up to the level of the subconscious mind. You may wish to relabel these things if you wish to remind yourself that they are not below you, not beneath you. Whatever names you wish to give them will work as long as they are representative of you taking your vibration upward and not downward when you seek to explore the idea of what beliefs are creating your reality experience. Because remember, all your physical reality experiences stem from your thoughts and your behaviors, which always stem from your feelings, which always stem first from your beliefs. But you must go up to find them in vibrational resonance. Now, as we said, let us explain the little difference, which is actually a profound difference, between the idea of what is called the soul and what is called the spirit on the individual soul-spirit level. Once you have differentiated your frequency as a consciousness all the way down the ladder into physical reality, and you have your physical reality experience, you live your physical life for whatever duration you have decided is the natural duration that would allow you to explore the themes you chose to explore in that reality experience. Once you have done that, you have, in a sense, really created a unique persona, a unique experience. You have taken all that knowledge, all that experience, all that information, and you have, in a sense, imprinted it on the soul. When the individual soul is created, is spun off from the oversoul, it is very similar to the idea, energetically, of raw clay. In a sense, it is formless. It has consciousness, but it has no real, distinct identity. So the idea thus then of having the life, having the physical experience, having the physical personality, and having all of these explorations and the experience of change, the experience of transformation imprints itself upon that soul, so that when thus then the personality dies and goes back up the ladder vibrationally and arrives back again on that individual soul level, it is now an individual, unique spirit. The spirit is specifically now representative of the life lived. And that is why when you contact the spirits of the dead, they can still present themselves as the people you knew them to be in life. Because the spirit has been, in a sense, representative of that life and is the soul imprinted with that life. And thus then the oversoul can now absorb, in a sense, can learn from, glean from that spirit's life experience, because it is now not simply unfired clay. Now it is beautiful, shining porcelain of a very specific design. And the oversoul can now learn and incorporate and integrate that unique spirit's design into its overall makeup as an oversoul, and thus it can grow in its own stead, in its own perspective, in its own experience of itself, and all of the extensions that it may have, be it tens or hundreds or thousands or millions, are all through those life experiences feeding back information and experience to the oversoul. All the different individual souls imprinting themselves and becoming transformed into spirits and going back up the ladder, back up the vibratory scale to the oversoul. And from that point in the oversoul, going upward yet again to oversouls of oversouls of oversouls of oversouls, all the way up to the source, the all that is, the one. Thus then the idea of the 9 levels are those immediately relevant to your experience of physical reality. And when you understand truly the order in which they really are created, the relationship order in which they exist, and you know now that it is important not to go down to search for your answers, but to always go up, lest you create the idea of the negative ego, then you will gain much more power and much more clarity and much more efficacy at manifesting the experience and physical reality that you prefer, of manifesting the physical experience that is more in alignment with your true self. Because by understanding these relationships and actively engaging with these different levels, as we said, forming bonds, forming true relationships with these different levels of your consciousness in a very clear way, through the conduit of your imagination, from physical to higher mind, then you will allow yourself the opportunity to know more consciously how to design your physical reality. You will understand the structure more clearly, and in understanding that structure, you'll be capable of using the blueprint level for when thus then you truly understand the relationship and you truly understand the structure, then your imagination becomes many times more powerful. And when you start imagining and visualizing the reality that you prefer and start seeing it and generating the energy and the excitement that goes with it, then that imagination actually starts to change the idea of the template level reality, starts to rearrange it, starts to rewrite the blueprint. And when you rewrite the blueprint with your imagination that much more powerfully, it will thus then bounce back down and recrystallize into your physical reality, crystallizing more and more every day in every way as the reality that you have now designed with your imagination. You will start this cycle of not just staying down here and bouncing back from the shadow realm, but you'll start going up and down this way. And always thus then will create in a sense a kind of a heartbeat pump that goes from the physical personality up through the template level to the higher mind in a true relationship of communication that can plan in a sense together, that can design in a sense together what life is truly more representative of the true vibrational core of your being. And doesn't that sound like fun? Doesn't that sound like fun? Thank you. So, remember. Anytime you seek the answers, go up, not down. For down only lies forgetfulness, separation, and more questions. And up lies integration and remembrance and answers and your true self. It really is that simple. It's just about knowing what direction to truly go in. It's all about resonance. It's all about frequency. It's all about vibration. And allowing yourself to create and generate the vibratory frequency that represents the state of being you truly prefer to be. So remember, when you visualize that reality using this structure, remember, it's not about that particular picture from your physical mind needing to come true exactly as you imagine it. It's about the energy that it generates and allowing the higher mind to bring you the version of that image that is most representative of the energy that visualization generated within you. Because the higher mind knows far more ways to generate that kind and to manifest that kind of a reality than your physical mind does. So don't be insistent on that particular picture that your physical mind conjures. Simply bathe in the energy that is symbolized, that is generated by the symbol of the visualization. But let the higher mind bring it to you in whatever way actually serves you best. Because remember, what to the physical mind may seem like the ultimate, may seem like the ceiling, to the higher mind is just the floor, is just the beginning. And the higher mind is capable of bringing you a manifestation of reality far greater than the physical mind is even capable of imagining. So please let it do so. Let it do its job. And let the physical mind do its job of simply keeping you focused in the physical reality experience, which is the entire purpose of ego. That's its only job, is just to keep you focused in physical reality so that you can actually have an experience. So that you can actually, in that sense, perceive physical reality. Remember, higher mind conceives, the brain receives, and the physical personality, the physical mind, just perceives. And that's all it does. It does not know how something is going to happen. It only knows how something is happening. And let the higher mind show you how something will happen, because in the higher mind is the magic, is the bigger point of view, is the bigger picture. But when you work together as a whole person, then the physical mind benefits from that perspective. Use this structure, learn this structure, let it sink in, let it truly become your first nature, not second nature, first nature. So that you will automatically, anytime you desire to get in touch with what beliefs might be creating your physical reality experience, what definitions might be creating your physical reality experience, or what feelings you might be feeling that are being generated from beliefs that you don't know, that are unconscious. Anytime that you think of that, you will automatically know that you need to raise your vibration, expand yourself, and imagine yourself in the perfect state of being that you prefer to be in. And from that state of being will the answers come. And in that state of being, will you be able to apply that information as you receive it into your physical reality to allow the actions to ground that energy in your physical reality experience so that your physical reality experience takes on those vibrations and truly becomes a reflection of the reality that you know is truly aligned with your true core natural self.